Inside gathering to protest ICE operations.
The woman charged with killing a child in a hit-and-run crash in Pacific Beach was back in front of a judge today. I have more on the growing memorial for Hudson O'Loughlin.
Heat is back in the forecast for today, making it a weather impact alert day with those Santa Ana winds. Even broke some records. Have those details coming up.
Get It Done's 10-year anniversary inside the system handling millions of San Diego reports.
A big training exercise is happening at Navy bases here in San Diego, and it could cause big traffic delays.
Sometimes it just feels good to smash something. It's a real-life experience. The Rage Room.
CBS 8 News Live at 6 starts now.
We begin tonight with a peaceful rally that just wrapped up in Oceanside with a group demonstrating against the actions of federal immigration officers. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Carla Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Steffi Roche spoke with some of the protesters. She joins us live from Oceanside tonight with more on what they had to say. Steffi?
Right. Well, the group is calling for immigrant rights and also pushing back against the recent ICE activity we saw in Minneapolis. Now, the organizers of today's protest say they're seeing more youth and first-time protesters make their voices heard across North County. And this rally is intended to give them a space to connect and express frustration and make their voices heard. I spoke with protest organizer Larry Warner about why he thinks it's important to rally in a community like Oceanside.
Tells our people, hey, we hear you, we see you, we care about you, you matter. Because they're living in fear, they're living in terror. Some of them will not go and get their food that's delivered to them. Some of them will not take their kids to school any longer because of the fear that they may not come home.
In D.C., a government funding package that passed Congress this week gave lawmakers a 2-week window to come to an agreement on a bill to fund the Department of Homeland Security, with Democrats calling for reforms to immigration enforcement. And the group says that because of what's happening on Capitol Hill, they plan to come out next Wednesday and protest again, calling for the defunding of ICE. But for now, reporting live in Oceanside, I'm Steffi Roche, CBS 8.
Thanks, Steffi. The Supreme Court is allowing California's redistricting plan to move forward. Today, justices rejected an appeal by state Republicans and the Trump administration to block California's new congressional map. No justices dissented from the brief order. In December, conservative Justice Samuel Alito wrote that it appeared both Texas and California adopted new maps for political advantage, which the Supreme Court said could not be a basis for a federal lawsuit.
The woman accused in the hit-and-run death of a 6-year-old boy in Pacific Beach last month was back in court today. Tiffany Sanchez's first hearing last week ended with her being taken away in handcuffs.
CBS 8's Alex Cheney joins us live from Pacific Beach at a memorial for Hudson O'Loughlin with more on what happened today in court. Alex.
Carlo, that's right. The memorial continues to grow tonight. Take a look here. As we've been here for the last few hours, we've seen more people walk up, drop off some flowers, maybe even some treats, and also take a moment to reflect while they look at this memorial. And as you said, Tiffany Sanchez did appear in court this morning, and her preliminary trial was continued to a later date.
You're ordered back on that date, ma'am. Stay in contact with your attorney and return on that date.
In court today for a readiness hearing, 32-year-old Tiffany Sanchez had her preliminary hearing date pushed back from February 9th until March 25th. Sanchez made bail for the second time and is not in jail. Yesterday, family and friends of 6-year-old Hudson O'Loughlin gathered in Pacific Beach for a memorial walk and ghost bike dedication in Hudson's honor. He was struck and killed while on a bike ride with his dad on January 17th. Hudson's mother remembered her son at last night's event.
He was confident and brave, but of all the wonderful things that Hudson was, the thing I am most proud of was his kindness.
The memorial walk started at the joint use field of Crown Point Junior Music Academy and Elementary School. The walk proceeded 2 blocks to the crash site, Pacific Beach Drive west of Ingram Street, for the ghost bike installation. Hudson's aunt said they want everyone to slow down so that this never happens again.
Our biggest message is that this is a tragedy that should never happen to anyone, and we want to make sure that everybody closed down.
Andre Bollinger, an attorney representing the boys' parents in a potential pending civil matter, told CBS 8 his firm is investigating the risk and danger of the alley, which includes City of San Diego property.
The city has made some modifications to this area, painting red a part of the curb line. So we are concerned that there are some issues with this area of road. Ms. Sanchez has said that she couldn't see, and so we're looking at obstructions and anything that might have caused this area to be a danger.
Family tells us that a private funeral is being held for Hudson tonight. Tiffany Sanchez will next appear in court on March 25th. Reporting live, I'm Alex Cheney. Back over to you.
Thanks, Alex. It is a weather impact alert day, and if you stepped outside today, you know that it felt a whole lot more like summer than winter.
Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis joins us now for more on those hotter temps and some wind advisories in effect, and that's a combo we're not always excited about.
Exactly, but I will say this, when we are talking about Santa Ana winds, at least at this period, it was a moderate event, but we still had low fire risk because of those winter storms that we had. They really did make a big impact. But we are still in that dry period, and taking a look at your weather impact, it's the Santa Ana winds. Yeah, they were back in the forecast, contributing to the heat that we had out there. Most of our daytime highs across the county peaked about 15 to 25 degrees above seasonal for this time of the year. So it was definitely a hot one out there for early February. You had 80s widespread across the county for today. 88 degrees for Carlsbad. You had 88 as well for Escondido, and also 89 degrees in Chula Vista. But that for Chula Vista was a record. It set a new one today, broke the previous record by 2 degrees. Also talking about one of the hottest cities in our county today, Vista at 91 degrees, also broke that previous record by 2 degrees and setting a new record for Oceanside Harbor and for downtown. Temperatures will start to slide a little bit more as we hit tomorrow's forecast, and that's going to bring those temperatures down. Still warmer than usual, but that's going to be a sign of things to come. Temperatures trending downward into the start of the weekend. So we'll get to those details coming up. Marcella.
Thanks, Carlene. And as always, you can find our extended weather forecast on the CBS 8 app. Download on your TV and watch for free. The city of San Diego's budget trouble continues, although it's not quite as bad as initially feared.
The city is facing a $7 million shortfall this year, which is better than earlier projections showing a $17 million deficit. It was revealed at a budget committee hearing today that parking revenue at Balboa Park fell nearly $9 million short of expectations. Part of that was driven by delayed implementation of the new fees. Hotel taxes came in more than $7 million under projections. And fire and transportation overtime costs ran higher than expected. Councilmember Shanila Rivera says tough choices are ahead.
No doubt on my end, at least, that we're in a situation where we have to make tough decisions and that those tough decisions will have consequences.
The city did get some good news, an $8 million insurance settlement from old library flooding. But next year is shaping up to be even more challenging, with projections showing a $105 million budget gap.
From potholes to graffiti to broken sidewalks, San Diegans have had a direct line to City Hall for nearly a decade. The city's Get It Done app is approaching its 10-year anniversary.
CBS 8's Brian White gives us a closer behind-the-scenes look as city staff works to sort through and resolve incoming reports.
And then listening. Every phone call, every click, every report, they add up fast. The City of San Diego's Get It Done app is approaching its 10-year anniversary. And since launching in 2016, people in San Diego have submitted more than 3.5 million reports.
With Get It Done, we receive over 1,000 reports a day on a regular basis.
Everything from parking violations to potholes to illegal dumping, and last year alone, more than 380,000 requests.
My job is to make sure everything's humming, things are getting to the right place, nothing is getting stuck.
Marcus Lestraco helps manage the digital backbone, routing reports to 12 city departments, making sure each one lands in the right queue.
It's very simple. So to submit a new report, you just tap here. Submit a new report, you type your description, and then this is where you would take a photo.
That simplicity on the front end feeds a massive operation on the back end, including the Environmental Services Department.
This is where any calls, emails, or Get It Done reports that come through our department will come through here.
Inside the call center, staff triage thousands of requests, sorting out missing details, correcting addresses, and assigning cases.
So right now I'm going to label it as an encampment.
Every report matters, but details help move things faster. officer.
When we have bad addresses, no photos, very minimal descriptions, it doesn't give our teams very much opportunity to go out there and try to address as quick as possible.
From the call center to the field.
We got a report of waste on private property of an illegal encampment.
Code compliance officer James Ramsey goes out to determine what the issue actually is and who's responsible.
They thought it was an encampment. It has traits of an encampment. However, this has been vacant for quite some time.
In this case, not an encampment, but illegal dumping on private property.
At this point, we will issue a notice of violation to the commercial building.
The goal is to clear the issue and close the case.
Get it done is trying to always make it better so people don't feel like it goes into that black hole and never gets done.
The app continues to evolve, but city staff remind us clear photos, accurate locations, and contact info can make all the difference. Brian White, CBS 8.
Thanks, Brian. A traffic alert in Chula Vista tonight. Eastbound Telegraph Canyon Road will be closed between Nisayan Avenue and Hallecrest Drive starting in just a few hours at 9 p.m. Both north and southbound 805 on and off ramps at Telegraph Canyon Road will also be closed. It's all part of the 805 South Bridge Safety and Sound Walls project. The closure is expected to be lifted by 5 a.m. tomorrow.
A nationwide military training exercise could impact your commute this week.
We'll have those details still ahead. Plus, new video of a dramatic rescue caught on camera.
And how the city of San Diego is honoring a piece of naval history after this.